What is up, people, nerds, geeks? It's morphin' time. Welcome to another episode of Nerd Informants. I'm Josh Grisham.
I'm Tim Church.
Timmy Pooh, what number are we up to right now? It's magical.
18? Is that right?
It's possible. Is it 18 and 3/4?
Well, we did 15 twice.
16.
So
Then 17.
And we did 17, so I guess this is 18.
Wow. That's remarkable.
That's insane.
We've done a lot of episodes.
That's what's up, Buttercup.
We've done a lot of nerding, folks. That's what we're all about. Breaking down comic books, collectibles, video games, movies, pop culture, and everything else, too.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't do it, nobody else would. Well, that's a lie, because everybody else really would be doing it.
Everybody already is, but
We decided to join in on it? I mean, just, were we being trendy? Or were we being copycats?
We're keeping up with what the cool kids are all about, yo.
That was totally gangster. Lots to talk about in this edition of Nerd Informants. You can find us online. Matter of fact, don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and on Facebook. We're easy to find. It's simple. Nerd, and then what?
Nerd.
Informants.
Informants.
Nerd Informants. That's how you find us. Connect with us on social media. Hit us up on Twitter, too, because you get that nerdly information pushed to you on the regular. You'll never be without the nerdy goodness. Let's get right into it. Man, Scarlett Johansson can absolutely do no wrong. I love this woman. And the Ghost in the Shell teasers hit the web, and they are delightfully true to the source. They just look really, really weird, and weird is good in the realm of anime made into movie. Did you see them?
I didn't.
What?
I didn't, Josh.
You're kidding me.
No.
Have you seen the original anime?
No.
What is wrong with you? Have I not raised you better than this?
Here's the deal, kids. Your Uncle Timmy, he doesn't give much thought of the anime world. I love me some cartoons, but anime, just animation show. Yeah.
I cannot believe. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This is live on the episode. We're just gonna go in and see if we can help Timmy get educated. This is what we do on the fly when Tim hasn't taken notes for the show. We're going to educate him on the fly. So, all right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is a reaction video on the fly for this episode of Nerd Informants with Tim Church seeing one of the teasers for Ghost in the Shell.
That's not creepy.
What are you? This is just the beginning.
Okay, now that you've been sufficiently caught up, what did you think?
What the crap was Black Widow doing, and where was Captain America?
Not everything can be a comic book movie.
It should be. Just saying.
Okay, but what did you think of the tone and the atmosphere?
It gave me a headache. The music and the visuals and the...
Anyway, friends, the Ghost in the Shell teaser trailers are out. The movie looks really, really good, and I'm so delighted to see Scarlett Johansson in the role as the lead character. It's going to be a lot of fun. Trust me. Good sci-fi, pulpy action for the mind to consume, and it stars Black Widow, as Tim said. But no, there's no Captain America.
Fun for the whole family.
Good,
Take
wholesome,
your
nerdy
kids.
goodness.
Take your kids to the theater.
Take them back once or twice, if you would there. Anywho, now that that's out of the way, it's time for an episode on Nerd Informants here that is quite fun to watch, as a matter of fact, as Tim Church decides not to give himself an aneurysm, folks. But Tim's got to get on his soapbox for a second because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has really pissed him off.
I don't know if I jumped that far.
I did.
I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I really am. A wall and a dishwasher. I'm stuck between...
You used a pun there.
I did. And I didn't even mean to. That was the bad part.
He was stuck between The Rock.
In between The Rock and Jack Black's stomach is where I'm stuck. Here's the deal. They announced a lot of things in the last week about the new Jumanji movie. We were told early on that Jumanji would not be a reboot. It wouldn't be a remake, but it's actually a sequel spin-off of sorts. Featuring a cast of The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Kevin Hart, Jack Black,
and Karen Gillan.
Karen Gillan, and they've also announced that the Jonas brother is joining. Nick Jonas is joining the cast of Jumanji. Okay. So they're step one, because apparently Tom Holland was supposed to be in that role. However, he's doing a little film called Spider-Man.
Stay where you are, Tom.
He's a little bit busy.
Stay where you are.
So they didn't want to halt production. As we all know, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is very busy, jumping from one movie set to the other with very little break to finish his pancakes. So basically, that's the newest cast announcement. Nick Jonas is in the movie in some form or capacity. What else is new? Oh, they released a theory about Jumanji, stating that it's going to be a type of video game, possibly?
Yes, this is what's got your pants ruffled.
Just a little bit. Basically, a theory, rumor, synopsis of the movie has said that Jumanji is going to be about 4 high school students in detention, and they find this Jumanji video game, and the 4 main characters of Dwayne, Kevin, Jack, and Karen are going to be avatars of sorts, Sims, if you will, and each of the 4 high school students are in charge of operating those 4 characters in this Jumanji world. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
This sounds really complex.
It doesn't make sense to me.
It's supposed to be a board game, not a video game.
Okay. Don't get me wrong. I've always wanted a Jumanji type video game movie.
This is giving me bitter adaptation face.
I don't, and I can see that. It's quite nasty.
I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna.
Sorry.
But
can you caption me or black mouth? Censor my face.
But no, it leaves a nasty taste in my mouth. Just even.
It's
consider them doing that. When I was very worried. I watched Jumanji a lot. And I posted this to Facebook today, and my buddy Chris Roll and I were commenting on it. And I told Chris, I love this movie as a kid. This was one of my favorite movies as a kid. Watched it at least a zillion times on VHS. One of those tapes, like many of the others I've mentioned, that I've worn down the tape to nothingness. But it frustrates me so much because I was so worried when they announced it that they're just going to wreck this movie. It's going to be a reboot. They're going to try to recast. They're going to try to redo. And it didn't work. And then he said it's just going to be a sequel. And I had a sigh of relief.
It's going to be okay. You know what they're going to do to make it better?
What are they going to do?
They're going to put the crappy CGI monkeys back in it. Everything's going to be better.
Oh gosh, if they do, I will literally go to every theater in America, the UK, all the other countries that are showing this movie, take the reels and throw them into the ocean.
I'm sorry.
With the fallen Transformers from the first movie.
Didn't The Rock, didn't he used to insult people by basically calling them like a big fat bag of monkey piss or something like that? I think he did.
I don't know.
Let me just put it to you this way. I don't think this movie's going to get any better.
Hear something?
I do. That's the Jumanji soundtrack playing in the background here at Nerd Informants HQ.
I've had nightmares that start like this.
So is there a road to redemption for the Jumanji sequel, not rehash, not remake, not reboot, according to The Rock? I don't think so.
Yeah. Rock, the best thing you can do right now is to put these rumors to rest and let the fans know that this is not the case, that this is not a video game type thing. And if it is, you need to listen to me very carefully, Dwayne. Listen, look.
He's picking a fight with The Rock.
Look at me. I'm the captain now. You need to rewrite the movie if it's anything similar to a video game. I want to see the board game. I want them to play it. I am okay if somebody one or a group of people get sucked into the game, since we've seen a lot of pictures of them clearly in a jungle, hence Jumanji is an African jungle of sorts. I'm okay if you guys get sucked into the board game. Do not make this a video game. Yes, this is the 21st century, but us 90s kids like a few things from our past to stay the same. Tron, for example, they all over it because they thought it would be fun to use fancy lights. No.
Okay.
So that's what I gotta say. I just hope they don't screw this up. I really hope they don't, because I've got a lot of eggs in this basket.
Tim does not like having his childhood messed with, Dwayne.
Nope.
Remember that.
And
if you smell what Nerd Informants is cooking.
And I'm telling you this right now, Dwayne. You better have one heck of a heartfelt tribute to Robin Williams. If you do not, I'm coming after you.
Sarah Whittle? The board thinks I moved. What do you mean it thinks you moved? A game can't think. Oh, yes, it can. Oh, yes, it can. All right, we've got to get into the eternal Oscar debate that we've never really had on this program before, so it can't really be eternal.
Oscar the Grouch?
No, it's whether or not Captain America Civil War is deserving of an Oscar of some kind. But
Oscar
if it
from
is...
The Office.
No, not that Oscar from The Office. Oscar, the big gold-plated bald dude?
Oh, the thing that Leo could never get.
He got it because he got his ass kicked by a bear.
You know, he got it because he gutted a horse and lived inside of it for a night. That's why I gave it to him.
You can find those on the internet, by the way. A horse jumper for the kiddos for late-night campouts with their friends, complete with real horse intestines.
Daddy, this smells funny. It's how it's supposed to smell. Get back inside.
Okay, so now if you're going to give Captain America Civil War an Oscar, what kind of Oscar do you give it?
Best directors. Easily.
Are you sure?
Yeah. The fact that...
Don't go bringing the whole Lord of the Rings thing in here with Peter Jackson and all that stuff. It's not the same kind of genre.
If the fact that the Russos did not get an Oscar for The Winter Soldier is beyond me. Winter Soldier is still one of my favorite movies. Okay, directorially, visually, The Winter Soldier is a fantastic movie, and it deserved an Oscar.
Do you think the Screen Actors Guild of America gives a golden butt about what your film preference is?
They should. My name's Tim Church, and I just challenged The Rock. So maybe you should start listening to me. And also, I have new glasses, so I look good in them, and I'm feeling pretty happy about that.
What about Best Adapted Screenplay or Best Performance by a Supporting Actor? I'm looking at you, Bucky. You moody, brooding hottie, you.
I was going to say, I mean, supporting actor would probably be for Robert Downey Jr. I mean...
He doesn't matter.
Just...
He was wrong.
While I was Team Cap, it just blows my mind, that scene every time where he pulls the little glove thing out and Bucky shoots him in the hand, just his face, it just...
What gets me is I don't care. He killed my mom. Spoiler, after the fact.
Her name is Martha!
No, don't do that. That's wrong. Wrong movie. Don't you crossbreed movies with me. Okay, but anyway.
I'm gonna punish you because my wife and children were killed at a carousel ride. Dang it, Iron Man.
Now he's talking about Face Off. You know, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage. I'm gonna take his face off.
Oh, Phantom of the Opera.
Tim could eat a peach for hours. Okay, Pizza Head. Okay, so Tim essentially wants to give the Oscar to Captain America Civil War for Best Director for the Russo brothers, which
I think so, yeah.
I think is well-founded, a good solid choice. Best adapted screenplay, best actor by a lead performer. I mean, really, I think that could go very, very well for Captain America Civil War. So essentially, let's just let the Academy start recognizing comic book movies in general. And if it starts with Civil War, so be it.
Mm-hmm. Best cameo. Is there Tony Stank here?
Yes, this is Tony Stank. He's right here, Tony Stank.
I'm never going to forget that. That table for one for Stank. Table for Stank.
He's a good man, this one, guys. Moving on. Now, I don't know. Obviously, we've had Jurassic Park movies without Dr. Alan Grant, and have they been good, or have they been bad, or have they been lacking substance? Have they been lacking Grant? Probably all of the above, friends. But Sam Neill has now gone on record saying that don't expect Dr. Alan Grant in the sequel to Jurassic World. Smart move. Do you even care, or does that even register on the nerdometer?
Here's the deal. Dr. Alan Grant is a hero of mine.
Okay. He's a hero of mine, too, along with the hat.
The hat, him, he's like Dino Indiana Jones.
I knew he was going there.
Okay.
I sensed it.
Seriously. Sinceriously. Copyright Stephen Amell. Listen. Dr. Alan Grant needs to come back to these movies. One, because the third movie did not pay him what he deserved, okay?
My dear Dr. Sadler, Dr. Grant.
I like to
Welcome
pretend the third movie did not happen.
to Jurassic Park.
So that's number one. For two, I really want a scene with Dr. Alan Grant and the dude that Chris Pratt played. So basically, I want Sam Neill and Chris Pratt in a scene together. Okay? That's what I want. Three, there is no Jurassic Park. There is no Jurassic World. There's none of this Jurassic anything without Dr. Alan Grant. Sam Neill made the franchise. Without him, there wouldn't have been a second, a third, and now a reboot sequel.
Hey, can I interrupt you for just a second? It needs something like this.
That is one big pile of shit.
That's what it needs as well.
How dare you say that about my theories?
I was just commenting on the times, you know.
That is one big pile of shit.
What about Malcolm?
Okay, I really want to see Ian Malcolm back in these movies, okay? He was in 1, he was in 2. Of course, his part number 2 was not as gratifying as I would have liked it to be, but I really think that he deserves a chance to be in this movie. And I think there's a very big chance he will appear in Jurassic World 2.
Let him just go ahead and be in it. I think that would be just a thing of beauty.
I want to see him shirtless, in leather, and
Anyway, you were saying?
I think you need to turn this up so that everybody can hear what we're laughing at right now.
Isn't it great? It just goes around and around. Around and around and around. Folks, I gotta ask you a serious question. Could you put up with Dr. Ian Malcolm laughing for 10 hours straight? Because I think I could.
I think we should do a video of us just doing that. Take a Saturday off, just 10 hours.
But you're talking about connectivity though, in unifying the films. And I mean, if you bring back Dr. Alan Grant, don't you have to bring back Ellie? I mean, even though she's moved on and is married to somebody else, it's not Dr. Alan Grant.
Yeah.
Which is always one of the things about 3 that I didn't like.
Yeah, that didn't last. Dinosaur came and ate him.
Who came and ate him?
Oh, a dinosaur. Alan Grant brought back a dinosaur and raised it, and that dinosaur killed Ellie's new husband. So I guess they can be together now.
Where did that happen in the canon?
Oh, right at the end of the movie. You must have missed it. It told you not to fall asleep.
You keep creating things. But anyway, folks, I mean, there you have it. I mean, Dr. Alan Grant, they say don't expect him. That's from Sam Neill himself saying, hey, I'm not going to be in the Jurassic World sequel. So if you're holding out, it is more than likely not going to happen. No matter how much we nerds want it to happen, it's not. Okay.
I'd like to see toilet seat guy again.
Jai Courtney, our beloved Captain Boomerang from Suicide Squad, Jai Courtney.
Yeah.
The guy who was in those god-awful, like Terminator reboot attempts.
Yeah.
Who people say can't act.
Yeah.
But he actually had personality in the Suicide Squad film.
Yeah.
You think he had a decent director that was writing for him.
That was never explained. He just had a random stuffed pony.
It was a unicorn. Jai Courtney says that he wants a Suicide Squad sequel directed by one David Ayer. What do you think about that?
David Ayer didn't do a very good job the first time. Why do it a second?
See, this is kind of the sticking point between me and young Mr. Timothy Church here at the Nerd Informants HQ. We both necessarily didn't like Suicide Squad, but the hate flows more freely through young Mr. Church for this one particular movie.
It wasn't anything like I thought it was going to be.
I'm sorry.
They severely lied to me in all the trailers.
I don't think they lied to you.
David Ayer gave me Harry Potter, and then he tore my heart out when he gave me Suicide Squad.
He just expected you to fall in love with the trailer with the theme song from Ballroom Blitz in it, that you would love the movie, and you fell for it like a sucker.
I did, and now I'm a crushed sucker on the bottom of somebody's shoe.
You only have yourself to blame, Mr. Church. Don't you?
I know, I went in with too high of expectations.
All right. Well, anyway, Jai Courtney wants to do a sequel to Suicide Squad.
I'll direct it.
Tim Church is going to direct it, so screw David Ayer.
I'll be the director now.
Wow, you're so mean. There's a rumor running around, and you might like this, that the Batfleck solo movie may be coming to us a lot sooner than we anticipated, which on its original timeline, according to the DC head honcho people, they're saying it's still about a year and a half out. But I don't know who to believe. I'm kind of lost.
Oh, easy.
Is it Ben Affleck or is it the DC head honchos?
Oh, well, since Batfleck is writing it, directing it,
and he's starring in it,
I'm pretty sure it's up to him. So until he gets that script finished and until he finishes filming Justice League and before he, and then he has to actually be there to direct it. So I guess they're not going to move very far.
Which means we're not going to see this movie until at least 2019. Still, it's too long. It's too long to wait.
Well, they're still filming stuff for Justice League, and we're supposed to get that in 8 months.
Man, it's too long. Am I whining?
You kind of sound like me when I'm talking about Suicide Squad.
Okay, well, I'll stop. But anyway, who do you believe, DC head honchos or Ben Affleck? I'm going to go with Batfleck. And his bat nipples.
Bat nipples.
My bat nipples are tingling. What? Have you never heard that before?
I haven't. That's a new one for me. I like that.
We're going to start using that around the office, friends.
I want a shirt that says that. My bat nipples are tingling. You just have a picture of George Clooney right here.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They decided to go bold. They decided to go Pace Bacani style New York City on us. And they introduced that devil man himself, Ghost Rider. And he went up against Quake?
Quake, yeah.
Quake.
Daisy Johnson.
Daisy Johnson as Quake. So you haven't seen the episode yet.
No, because...
But boy, his appearance was well received across the interverse.
It was. People were signing up to bow down to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. after that episode.
Bow down.
Aired. I mean, but I have seen GIFs. I have seen clips. Excuse me.
Vomit burp. Anyway, you were making a good point there before you threw up on yourself.
I saw clips, and I saw several different images of Ghost Rider, and he does look pretty good. I will give them that. I'm not exactly sure what the storyline is 100% that leads Quake and Ghost Rider to meet, don't spoil it for me. I'm a busy guy. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and pop open the computer to watch it. But I will, and it should be good. But yeah, the internet loved it. People are going crazy for Ghost Rider, and they seem to really like that he's on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And basically, people are saying this is what we wanted from day one. Too bad it took them all the way to the start of season 4 to make it happen. So, with that said, I guess maybe Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is on the right track. Finally, maybe, possibly, could be. We'll see, I guess.
I like it. I didn't see the episode in its entirety, but I did see the appearance. I watched online videos, and I like what I saw. Even though the skull was a little bit on the chromatic side of things, not too bad. Looked pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. And in that same realm of news, I guess we should share that my personal dream might be coming true. Maybe not the way I wanted it to, but it still could be coming true. Do you know what I'm talking about here?
I have no idea.
Okay, basically, they announced earlier this week that the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Premiere, red carpet premiere, where they showed episode 1 to the cast and the crew and everybody, that they brought along a guy who had something to do with the creation of the Punisher. And they introduced him as the creator of the Punisher. And I'm stalling because, once again, it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of his name. Oh well. You guys know who I'm talking about. If you don't, then we all know. Creator of the Punisher. You'll figure out the name. I'll figure it out later. It'll come to me, I promise. But he was at the red carpet premiere. They introduced him not as being one of the past writers for Ghost Rider, the Reyes version, but for being the creator of the Punisher, which is leading fanboys all over the world to go crazy and say, oh, that must mean Johnny Bernathal's Punisher is coming to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this season. Because the guy who introduced him, one of the special executive producer guys for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. says, you'll understand later this season why I have these people here with me tonight and why I introduced them the way I did. So, we just might be seeing some Johnny Bernthal in the upcoming Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or we could be seeing Ghost Rider jump into the Netflix series.
My word. Crossovers abound. It's all goodness from here on up, friends. I personally would love to see Bernthal cross over to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and shake that show up something fierce.
Yeah.
Wow.
Coulson wouldn't know what hit him.
Coulson lives. Buddy, there was another news that dropped across all of our feeds. Matter of fact, through Facebook and on Twitter. We covered it in both spots. But it got Tim's bat nipples tingling. Bill Hader. Why?
I. Zordon.
Ay. Okay,
The Rangers are in trouble, Zordon.
The Rangers are in trouble, Zordon. What do we do? Tommy, the Green Ranger is too much for the normal Rangers. Okay, so who is it?
Bill Hader is going to be Alpha 5 in the upcoming Power Rangers, the movie. Here's the deal. Of course, it will probably be a CGI version of Alpha 5. We probably won't be getting the iconic Alpha 5 from the original show.
I would love to see Man in Suit again. Man in Suit.
So I'd be okay. I'd prefer that. Okay, not crazy about the CGI Alpha 5. They are going to be doing some weird CGI stuff for Bryan Cranston as Zordon. So I'm kind of hoping that we'll see Bill Hader in the suit. That's me personally. So I agree with that statement full-heartedly. But if not, we're at least getting his voice for the character. For those who do not know, he had a large part in bringing the voice and the emotion and the character of BB-8 alive for The Force Awakens. So I think this is kind of leading him down the path of being the new voice of robots. And
it's pretty cool. He's all automated like, That's what Bill Hader does.
So, of course, Bill Hader, SNL alum. He's just kind of done a little bit of everything. And, of course, everybody probably knows him best from SNL as this guy. You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, God. Yes. Yeah, I know. That's enough of that. For you gamers out there, let me just tell you one thing. If you want your Call of Duty fix, in case you happen to be one of the few people out there in the gaming universe that is not tired of Call of Duty, I should do my due diligence and let you know that you've got a beta that's going to be inbound soon. If your platform of choice is on the PlayStation 4, you get to try it out on October the 14th. If you are an Xbox One fanboy and that is your console of choice, friends, you don't have to wait too much longer. A week behind it on the 21st. So 14th for PlayStation 4, 21st for Xbox One, and for us PC gamers out there, myself included in that, we do not get a beta, which is really, really nice to know that we are not going to be able to try out the game in advance and ensure that our hard-earned dollars are well spent. There you have it. That is your breakdown on Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and the beta coming home soon. And now on to more news. Doctor Strange news. This just dropped across our Twitter and our Facebook. If you had been following us, you would already know exactly what we're talking about right now before we talk about it. Doctor Strange, a big confirmation. Lay it on our fine friends, Tim. What's happening with Doctor Strange?
Oh, they've announced that Benedict Cumberbatch will be playing Doctor Strange in the upcoming Doctor Strange movie. How great is that?
That is not the news I was hoping that you were going to be delivering to the masses.
Oh, you mean that Benedict Cumberbatch will be reprising his role as Doctor Strange in the upcoming movie, The Avengers Infinity War?
That'd be the one.
Is that the news? Oh, my bad.
That's massive.
My bad. Oh, yeah.
That is Infinity Gauntlet shattering the universe massive.
Benedict Cumberbatch and Josh Brolin together in one movie.
Oh my gosh. Speculate away, my friend. What kind of role is he going to have? How big is it going to be? Is he going to be able to stop Thanos?
I think between... We've had this conversation off camera, but clearly Scarlet Witch, the Vision, and the Sorcerer Supreme are three of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe to date. I mean, of course, once November happens and we have Doctor Strange in the official MCU movieverse, they will be the three most strongest, most powerful characters, without a doubt. One of three things are going to happen. One of these three people are going to be persuaded to the dark side. Thanos is going to do something really, really bad, and it's going to make them question everything they've ever done. And one of them is going to be doing his bidding for a while, which may or may not lead to the death of many, many of the Avengers. But good news is...
doom and gloom much.
Good news is, Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch both have the abilities, in the comics that is, to bring people back from the dead.
They do?
Yeah.
And they're not zombified like?
Well, one time.
At band camp?
Yeah.
Oh, man. But that bodes well, then. So my money, then, if you're going that route with it, and you kind of laid a big bombshell on us when it comes to Infinity War, I'm going to say that Vision is going to be the one that gets turned to the dark side.
I'm thinking so as well. Mostly because he's got the Infinity Stone stuck in his skull.
He will get Vision to do his bidding for the larger part of the film, and then he will rip the Infinity Stone right from the head of the Vision.
Yeah.
And put it in his gauntlet.
Good news is that in Doctor Strange, we're going to be introduced to infinite realities. Infinite.
That's a lot of realities, man.
Which...
That's like realities that have no end.
Infinite, you might also say, sounds a little bit like infinity.
Yeah, it does.
Which means if somebody dies, Doctor Strange can just go over to Infinity Verse number 3 and bring Captain America over. So, and I think that's also how we're going to get Captain Marvel. I think Doctor Strange is going to pull Captain Marvel out of another reality and bring it into our reality. I just came up with that. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but that was my first thought.
This guy next to me is a savant. I could actually see that happening. He knows his stuff. So There you have it, a big bombshell. We covered it on Twitter and on Facebook. Doctor Strange is officially in Avengers Infinity War. That is big implications across the board. What's going to happen? Time will tell, and we'll find out if my co-host is right. Friends, that does it for this edition of an unnumbered episode of Nerd Informants alongside Tim Church and Josh Grisham. It's a wrap, my friend.
It's a wrap.
That's it. Anything else you would like to say to the fine folks out there as we wrap up this edition of Nerd Informants that's unnumbered? You knew that was happening.
Always check your toes for toilet paper as you're leaving the bathroom. Never mix blueberries and raspberries. It just tastes weird. And most importantly, Hail Hydra, my friends.
I could not have said it any better. As we leave you with this unnumbered edition of Nerd Informants, another fine episode of great quality entertainment right here on YouTube, we leave you with Malcolm laughing incessantly for 10 hours straight before this episode ends, and I'm totally kidding about that. But friends, until we see you next time, as always, I would like to say, stay nerdy.